Oh, what's this? Looks like a pile of detritus. Let's put it together and destroy, destroy. Ah! Time for Wakeangel 2001's Construx Retrospective.
Hey there, this is Wakeangel2K1 here for the last video of the Construx Retrospective. Yesterday we saw me build the giant super mech, which looks really awesome, but is a tad floppy. Perhaps one of these days I would see if I can make some improvements to deal with the clumsiness of the robot. Like perhaps make it so that it doesn't hit its own rocket nozzles with its hands when it tries to lift its arms up. Or, you know, I may have to sacrifice a waist joint, but I think that will be a good sacrifice over, you know, this thing that's going on. But we are taking a look at the final thing that is officially in the instructions, and the one that actually incorporates the suitcase itself. I am, of course, talking about the rocket launch pad. This is a pretty good one. I mean, it has the rocket, it has the tower, and it even has the crawler. You know, the crawler is the massive vehicle that ferries rockets from the hangar to the launch pad, which is one of the largest and heaviest vehicles ever made, for the record. So, yes, let's get to that.
So, here is the completed construction. It's kind of a huge thing. I didn't even need to use the macro setting to take a picture of it. That's how big it is. So, yeah, it's basically a three-piece set. You got the launching tower, the crawler, the rocket. So I've basically just taken some glamour shots so you can see the whole thing in all its glory, because I don't know how effectively I'll be able to hold it up to the camera. And, yeah, that's, I think we've all had a good enough look. Let's go back to live action footage.
Well, 56-minute build time. Almost a solid hour. So, yep, this probably, in terms of parts used, this probably is the most parts used in the set. Like, there's almost no connection pieces actually left in the box. I mean, the tires are in there, because nothing here uses the tires. Those little propeller blades, but, like, in terms of, like, the actual construction bits, there's almost nothing left. So, this is the base attached to the top of the box. Like I said, this is the one that actually uses the box as part of the construction. And this is basically your fueling and takeoff tower. You got your radar communication dish up here. You have this pipe, which I'm guessing is for drainage. You got, it even has a pulley. Although, like I said, the pulley wheel and the string are gone. The pulley wheel was chewed up by my dog, and the string was tied to the pulley wheel, so there didn't seem to be much point in saving it when the pulley wheel was destroyed. So you just have to pretend that this little hook is attached here by a string and can go up and down. You have the rocket itself. It's a decently length rocket. You set it down there, and there's a little hose here that plugs into this brick. So you have your rocket sitting, getting fueled up on the tower, or whatever it is that they do with that extra hose. And then when it takes off, these two, Actually, now that I look at it, why are these attached this way? No, I didn't put them the wrong way. They're exactly how the instructions specify. Maybe the instructions were off by 90 degrees, because I feel like these two articulated holsters are supposed to hold the thing, and then they're supposed to, like, twist away to let go of the rocket's body to give it clearance to take off. But I feel like, no, they have to be attached this way, or else this wouldn't work. So yeah, that was intentional. So maybe like when it's idle, it's like that, and then they open up to accept the rocket. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, you got your rocket, you got your launch pad for your rocket, your tower and all that. It's a very well made tower. And look, they even put the little hatch here so that the astronauts have a way to get into the rocket. So yeah, I mean that's pretty playset-ish. Yeah, I mean this is a decent approximation of a of a bona fide space playset. You even got an articulated ramp at the bottom, not that it can, do anything. So there is only one other piece, something a little bit more vehicular, and that of course is the crawler. Yep, it's basically just tank treads and a platform. Very simple. Yeah, so you just kind of set the rocket on that. Like, in the real world, this rocket weighs millions of pounds, so it's not gonna fall over that easily because its moment of inertia is way too high for that. But yeah, there's nothing that holds it on there. You just kind of set it on the crawler. So I guess the only thing I can do now is just line up the camera to show the play pattern on the floor, because what else am I gonna do? So here I am, just an 11-year-old kid playing with my building sets, and I got my rocket crawler. So here we go, like do 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 do. Heroic NASA music plays. Do 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 do. This thing actually doesn't really have enough mass to roll cleanly. Like it weighs so little. Like the tank tread's resistance to moving is actually preventing it. So like this doesn't exactly roll well. They rolled better when they were on the tank because the tank had more mass on top of them. But here I can't really do a doot-de-doo on it because see? The caterpillar's resistance to bending is actually greater than the mass I can inflict. Like, I can manually turn those wheels, but if I try to set it down and roll it, like when I put down enough weight, then I actually distort the shape, and then that makes it unable for them to turn. So yeah, it's hardly a doot-de-dooer, but it can do it. Yeah, so now millions of dollars has just been wasted and several astronauts have died. Okay, not exactly the most ideal connection point. Let's, hold on. Okay, $500 million later, we have another rocket. It's back on the crawler. And now the extremely complicated hydraulics that would get the rocket from the crawler onto the platform take place. It's a play set, not a stop motion recreation. Then you put in the hose to put the oxidizer or whatever it is that you inject to the rocket when it's on the platform. I'm pretty sure they fuel the rockets before, but I don't really keep track with every single step of a rocket launch. But yes, you get your rocket fueled and injected and all that stuff, and now you got your satellite into orbit, or you launch your ICBM to destroy a small city, or whatever you want to use your rocket for. So yes, that is the play pattern of the final thing in the instructions. So, speaking of instructions, let's whip that book out one last time. Other great building ideas include castle walls, something resembling a speedboat or another kind of hovercraft, and a nuclear submarine. That's kind of sexy. So, as I said, we have officially finished the book. The back of the book does have a few more building ideas, including a plane, another kind of submarine-looking thing, a smaller tank that doesn't have any wheels, it looks like, and a robot dinosaur that looks like it has it's either supposed to be a fire-breathing dragon or it has a really long tongue. So those are all of the other great building ideas. So I guess that's all we have for the Construx retrospective. Like I said, I'm going to try my hand at making this, even though there's no instructions for it. And I think maybe that might be one where we can film me building it, so we can jump on my train of logic as I figure out how it goes. But that's all for the future. If you wish to see some of the other great building ideas, then why don't you watch these videos again and make recommendations? Or maybe you would just like to see stuff, like see if I can make an original thing, like request something that I might be able to make with this building set, so you could see how it works. So, yes, thank you all for coming with me on this journey. And I apologize for anyone who saw my foot there. I don't know how attractive my feet are. The Wakeangel 2001 signing off.